The British royal family found itself at the centre of the most talked about story in the world for the wrong reasons.
William and I considered reopening the inquest because there were so many gaps and so many holes in it.
Prince Harry has always lived in the public eye. From his royal childhood to his duties as a member of the monarchy, he has generally avoided stirring controversy. But there's more to his story than meets the eye. Recently, Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church, made a statement that could change how we see Prince Harry. This isn't just another royal scandal. It's something far more unsettling. So, what exactly did Pope Francis reveal about the Duke of Sussex? Could Prince Harry be hiding something disturbing? Stay with us as we dive into this shocking revelation, one that may completely change your perception of him. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications, so you never miss out on any of our deep dives into the unknown. But first, let's go back to where it all started. Prince Harry's early years, often referred to as the Happy Prince. Born Henry Charles Albert David on September 15, 1984, at St Mary's Hospital in London, Harry came into the world at the Lindo Wing, a famous spot for royal births. He is the second son of King Charles III, formerly the Prince of Wales, and Princess Diana. From a young age, Harry earned the nickname the Happy Prince due to his cheerful nature and his striking red hair. He attended the same nursery school as his older brother, Prince William, and by the time he entered Ludgrove School in 1992, Harry was already showing a strong passion for sports. His love for athletics only grew throughout his childhood, shaping his adventurous spirit. Princess Diana was committed to giving her sons experiences beyond the royal bubble. She made it a point to take Harry and William to amusement parks, McDonald's and the movies, aiming to give them a taste of normal life. Diana also introduced them to various aspects of the world, taking them to places like Disney World, AIDS clinics and homeless shelters. Harry even joined his parents on official royal visits, with his first trip being to Italy in 1985. In 1997, Harry's life took a devastating turn. His parents had divorced just a year earlier, and then Princess Diana tragically died in a car accident in Paris. Harry, only 12 at the time, showed remarkable courage during this heart-wrenching period. He walked behind his mother's coffin in the funeral procession, alongside his brother, father and uncle, facing the world's gaze with a strength that moved millions. After Diana's passing, both Harry and William sought privacy to grieve and rebuild their lives. That same year, Harry began attending Eton College, a prestigious school where he quickly became well-liked by his peers. He explored his various interests, excelling in sports, academics and creative pursuits. He earned a B in art and a D in geography, though rumours swirled that he had been helped to cheat. Both Harry and Eton firmly denied these accusations. Did you know Harry was also deeply involved in extracurricular activities? He was a member of the combined cadet force and, in his final year, served as a cadet officer leading the annual parade. After finishing school, Harry took a gap year. During this time, he worked on a cattle ranch in Australia, played polo in a youth tournament and travelled to Lesotho, where he worked with orphans and filmed a documentary titled The Forgotten Kingdom, Prince Harry in Lesotho. As Harry matured, these experiences began to shape him, highlighting a prince determined to carve his own path. But this was just the beginning of his journey. Prince Harry's military career, a decade of service. Prince Harry's military service was truly exceptional. He spent 10 years in the British Army, completing 2 tours in Afghanistan and even qualifying as an Apache helicopter pilot. His military journey began in May 2005 when he joined the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, one of the toughest training grounds for future officers. Known as Cadet Officer Wales, he completed the rigorous 44-week course, and by April 2006, he was commissioned as an army officer in a ceremony witnessed by his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. After completing a reconnaissance leader course, Harry joined the Blues and Royals, part of the Household Cavalry. Despite initial concerns about whether he should be deployed to a war zone, Harry was sent to Afghanistan in 2007. There, he spent 10 weeks as a forward air controller, directing airstrikes on Taliban positions. Unfortunately, his location was leaked to the media, forcing him to return home earlier than expected. But this didn't deter him. By 2008, Harry returned to Afghanistan, this time serving in Helmand province. He was promoted to lieutenant and began training as an Apache helicopter pilot. This new role took him back to Afghanistan in 2012, where he served as a co-pilot and gunner. In his autobiography Spare, Harry shared that during his missions, he viewed those he fought against not as individuals, but as chess pieces being removed from the board. He revealed that he had killed 25 people, stating that he wasn't proud or ashamed, but understood it as a reality of war. After his deployment, Prince Harry continued to make significant strides in his military career. In 2013, he took on the role of a staff officer at HQ London District, where he gained valuable experience in military operations and strategic planning. His leadership and commitment were evident, setting the stage for his future endeavours. In 2014, leveraging both his royal status and his deep-seated passion for supporting the military, Harry launched the Invictus Games. This international event, akin to the Olympics but for wounded veterans, was designed to celebrate and honour the resilience and achievements of those who had served their countries despite their injuries. The Invictus Games quickly gained international acclaim, highlighting Harry's dedication to advocating for veterans and showcasing his ability to use his platform for meaningful causes. By 2015, Harry chose to step away from his military career, concluding his service with the rank of captain. His final assignment involved a brief stint with the Australian military, after which he decided to transition out of the armed forces. During his service, Harry was recognised for his exceptional commitment and leadership. General Sir Nicholas Carter, the Chief of the General Staff at the time, commended Harry's dedication and remarked that he had consistently been at the forefront of his duties, displaying unwavering resolve and bravery. Harry's military experiences had a profound impact on him, shaping his character and preparing him for the new challenges and roles he would encounter in the years to come. His time in the armed forces not only honed his leadership skills, but also deepened his understanding of service, sacrifice, and resilience. In the aftermath of his military career, Harry continued to channel his energy and influence into various philanthropic efforts. The Invictus Games, in particular, became a cornerstone of his post-military life, reflecting his ongoing commitment to supporting those who have faced extraordinary challenges. This period of transition marked a significant phase in Harry's life, as he navigated the complexities of his role as a public figure while seeking to make a positive impact on the world. As Harry moved forward, the lessons learned from his military service undoubtedly played a crucial role in shaping his approach to his new ventures and responsibilities. His dedication to honouring veterans and his continued advocacy for various causes underscore the lasting influence of his time in the armed forces on his personal and professional journey. Did you know that before Harry joined the military, he found himself at the centre of a major controversy? Some even believe that this event is what drove him to enlist. But before we delve into that dramatic chapter, let's take a closer look at his personal life. A royal romance. The journey of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Prince Harry's love story began in 2016 when he met Meghan Markle, an American actress. Their relationship had an air of mystery. While they later shared that they first connected through Instagram, there are rumours that a mutual friend arranged a blind date for them. Just a few months into their romance, in July of that year, Harry made a bold move. When the media started publishing negative and untrue stories about Meghan, he issued a rare public statement. He not only asked for privacy, but also condemned the press and online trolls for the unfair treatment of his girlfriend. Their first public appearance as a couple took place at the Invictus Games in Toronto in September 2017. It was a fitting debut, given that Harry had founded the event to support injured and sick military personnel. Soon after, in November, Harry's father, Prince Charles, announced their engagement. The news was met with global excitement, especially because Meghan, being a biracial woman, symbolised a fresh, modern chapter for the royal family, a significant moment for many in the Commonwealth nations, which are home to diverse populations. The couple was married on May 19, 2018, in a stunning ceremony at St George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. However, during their 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, Harry and Meghan revealed a personal detail. 3 days before the official ceremony, they had privately exchanged vows in their garden with the Archbishop of Canterbury present. This private exchange wasn't legally binding, but it was a deeply personal moment for the two of them. After their wedding, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex initially settled into Nottingham Cottage, a small residence on the grounds of Kensington Palace. Before long, they decided to relocate to the Cotswolds, renting a quaint countryside home. Unfortunately, their stay was short-lived after paparazzi photos of the property were leaked. They ended the lease and instead moved to Frogmore Cottage, a gift from the Queen near Windsor Castle. The cottage underwent significant renovations funded by public money, although Harry later reimbursed the costs unrelated to essential maintenance. Their family grew in May 2019 with the arrival of their son, Archie. However, by March 2020, Harry and Meghan decided to step back from their royal roles and moved their office out of Buckingham Palace. After spending time in Canada and the US, they eventually settled in Montecito, California, purchasing a home there in June 2020. Sadly, the following month, Meghan experienced a miscarriage, but their hearts were filled with joy again when their daughter, Lilibet, was born in June 2021. Their family also includes 3 cherished dogs, a Labrador named Pula and 2 beagles, Guy and Mamma Mia. As Harry once shared, he has 5 or 6 godchildren, some of whom were present at his wedding, reflecting the close relationships he maintains with friends and family. Their journey has been far from typical, marked by love, loss, and fresh starts. But as they stepped away from royal life, hidden truths began to surface, with Harry revealing some of the most shocking aspects of his experience. Prince Harry's emotional revelations. Since stepping down from his royal duties 4 years ago, Prince Harry has been open about his life within the palace. In his memoir Spare, he reveals a painful truth. He was never allowed to get too close to the other royals because maintaining distance was seen as crucial. He explains that, as a member of the royal family, you are taught to keep a buffer zone between yourself and others, even when engaging with the public. But this wasn't just about maintaining distance from the outside world, it also applied to his own family. He wrote that, no matter how much love there was, the roles of monarch and child or heir and spare created a chasm that couldn't be crossed. This distance wasn't just physical, but emotional as well. He also shared that his brother, Prince William, would often ask him to keep his distance. The older generation of the royal family was even more rigid, with an almost complete prohibition on physical contact. No hugs, kisses, or pats on the back were allowed. On special occasions, there might be a light touch of cheeks, but that was the extent of affection shown. In his memoir, Harry candidly discussed the challenges of growing up in the public eye, his experimentation with drugs, and a particularly heated argument with his brother William. According to Harry, during one tense confrontation, William called Meghan difficult, rude, and abrasive. The argument escalated when William allegedly grabbed Harry by the collar, ripped off his necklace, and knocked him to the floor. Each revelation paints a clearer picture of just how complicated life behind the palace doors truly was. But if navigating royal life was difficult, staying in the constant public spotlight was even more challenging for Harry. He often found himself at the center of scandals and public outrage. Speaking of which, his most infamous controversy might be tied to a surprising connection with Pope Francis. Let's explore that incident in more detail. The royal scandal, Prince Harry's biggest controversy and its fallout. Long before Prince Harry stepped away from his royal duties in 2021, he was already no stranger to controversy. One of the most shocking incidents occurred in 2005 when Harry attended a friend's party dressed in a Nazi costume. The moment quickly made headlines worldwide and put Harry in a difficult position. Reflecting on the event years later in a Netflix documentary, Harry called it one of the biggest mistakes of my life. He admitted, "I felt deeply ashamed afterward, and all I wanted to do was make things right." The scandal broke when The Sun, a British tabloid, published a photo of Harry wearing the Nazi uniform with the headline, "Harry the Nazi." The backlash was swift and severe, especially from Jewish organizations who were deeply offended. To make matters worse, the incident occurred just weeks before the Queen was scheduled to honor Holocaust survivors on the 60th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. The party had an Africa-themed dress code, and Harry chose to wear a Nazi Afrika Korps uniform, complete with a swastika armband. In contrast, Prince William, who also attended the party, wore a lion costume. A fellow guest sold the infamous photo to The Sun, igniting a global outrage. The scandal worsened by the fact that it unfolded just days before Holocaust Remembrance Day. In the recent Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, this controversial moment is revisited, with Harry reflecting on how his relationship with Meghan Markle opened his eyes to unconscious bias and racism. He expresses a desire to set a positive example for his children by addressing these past mistakes. But the story doesn't end there. In The Crown, the popular TV drama about the royal family, the portrayal of the incident differs. The final season suggests that Prince William and Kate Middleton might have encouraged Harry to wear the Nazi costume. In one scene, when Harry asks their opinion, Kate suggests he could cover the swastika, while William dismisses it as a harmless prank. However, Harry's account in his memoir, Spare, offers a different view. He writes that it was William and Kate who encouraged him to wear the Nazi outfit instead of another choice, laughing at his decision. Harry admits he was trying to make Kate laugh and didn't anticipate the serious repercussions. In his book, he reflects, "There were moments over the next several weeks and months when I thought I might die of shame." The scandal only widened the rift between Harry and his brother. Some experts, including royal historian Robert Lacey, believe that Harry felt betrayed by William, who seemed to escape significant criticism. Even Harry's father, now King Charles, appeared relatively understanding, dismissing it as a youthful mistake. Yet, Harry felt the shame of this error would linger forever, stating, "The shame would never fade, nor should it." In an effort to understand the gravity of his mistake, Harry met with the chief rabbi of Britain to learn why Nazi jokes are never acceptable, and also visited Berlin to speak with a Holocaust survivor. Reflecting on the incident, he acknowledged, "It was one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I could have ignored it and repeated the same errors, but I chose to learn from it." To demonstrate his commitment to change, Harry later joined the Royal Military Academy, served in the army, and completed 2 tours in Afghanistan. Despite his efforts, the shadow of the scandal continued to loom over him. But now, a new controversy has surfaced. Following Pope Francis's recent comments about certain satanic practices, some are speculating that Prince Harry could be in hot water once again. Prince Harry, Pope Francis, and the Devil's Horn debate Pope Francis has stirred up considerable discussion with his recent remarks about vices, virtues, and the devil's deceptions. Known for his humility and reforms, the Pope compared the devil to a cunning serpent, tempting people into sin by exploiting their pride, much like the serpent deceived Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. He cautions that when people start fantasizing about evil, they become ensnared by it. The Pope advises, never dialogue with him because he is smarter than all of us and will make us pay for it. So, how does this relate to Prince Harry? Let's rewind to 2017, when a seemingly innocent photo of Prince Harry and First Lady Melania Trump attracted attention. In the image, Harry's hand is positioned unusually, His ring and middle fingers, along with his thumb, are tucked inside his jacket, while his pinky and pointer fingers are visible. This odd hand gesture sparked a flurry of speculation online, with some suggesting it might be a sign of the devil. Social media buzzed with theories, with some claiming Harry was making a satanic symbol or a secret Illuminati sign. The photo quickly went viral, even overshadowing other news such as Harry's debut with Meghan Markle. Chris Kaufman and Karen Dalton-Benedado questioned the peculiar hand gesture, speculating that it might be linked to dark or occult symbols. However, not everyone shared this view. Patty Wood, a body language expert, noted that while Harry's hand position resembled a devil's horn, it could also be a comforting gesture, often used when someone feels tense or vulnerable. Joe Navarro, a former FBI agent and body language expert, was skeptical about reading too much into the gesture, suggesting that a photo captures only a fleeting moment and may not reveal hidden meanings. Navarro believed that the hand positioning might have been influenced by the circumstances of the photo shoot rather than any sinister intent. Interestingly, Prince Harry has been observed making similar hand gestures in various contexts beyond the 2017 photo with Melania Trump. For instance, during a speech to RAF recruits in 2010 and at a summer event in London in 2017, Harry's hand positioning resembled that controversial gesture. Patty Wood, a body language expert, suggests that these gestures might be Harry's way of comforting himself rather than signaling anything sinister. She notes that such hand positions are often used as self-soothing gestures, particularly when someone is under stress or feeling vulnerable. Joe Navarro, a former FBI agent and body language expert, supports this view, pointing out that the prince's hand positioning and facial expression in these instances show signs of tension, which could be a normal reaction to high-pressure situations rather than an indication of any hidden meaning. So, what's the real story behind Harry's hand gesture? Is it connected to occult symbols, just a coincidence, or merely a sign of discomfort? The debate continues to swirl, with some interpreting the gesture as evidence of something more sinister, while others argue that it's an overblown reaction to a simple photo. Pope Francis's recent teachings about temptation and pride might offer additional perspective. According to the Pope, if the devil is indeed a sly tempter, then perhaps the speculation about Harry's gesture reflects our own fears and uncertainties. Pope Francis advises to avoid engaging with temptation, suggesting that what appears to be sinister might just be an unusual moment captured on camera. In the end, whether Harry's hand gesture points to something deeper or is simply an odd pose, it underscores how people search for meaning in the actions of public figures. In today's world, where even minor gestures can spark major debates, it's important to consider whether we are reading too much into these moments or if there is a deeper truth to uncover. So, what do you think about Harry's hand gesture? Does it suggest something hidden, or is it just an unusual pose? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories and insights.